Well, here we are at the controversial sign. This sign here, the one on the back of the ute there with the billboard, Up the Creek Garage Museum, council had approved that go underneath the big bottle tree sign. It was approved and paid for by council. Anyway, it only lasted about 2 months on there because somebody in the main roads decided that they didn't want it there. But anyway, I've got this set up here now, which works quite well. It's all legal, all above board. We're going for a bit of a walk. This is the Culture Centre. I was involved with this building back in the mid-80s. I was a site welder. All those handrails there on those ramp there and around the edge there, I built all them. And we'll keep on working. They used to have a pond here, but anyway, they must have considered it was too dangerous, so they filled it in and whatever, did away with it. The entrance here, that big cantilever, built that out the back, all the big frame for it. Then we lifted it in and attached it to the main building. Those louver things there, I built them. Done a fair bit of site welding inside here. There was a lot of problems inside, up in the roof there in that section there in front of us there. A lot of modifications had to be made. And inside here, you need to go in past these doors here. And to the left on the wall there's a mural, a 3D mural, which is done by our local chemist. Dentist. And there's a storyboard here. This was built back in the days of the old Roma Town Council, before it amalgamated. A lot of history there about Roma. Anyway, we'll keep on walking. We'll head down along the street here. This is all the administration side of the building. There was a lot of problems with the roof there. All the frame wasn't made correctly, had to be modified. And we keep on walking here. And to the left here is the Cenotaph, Heroes Avenue. Storyboard there about it all the returned soldiers. Anzac Day coming up very shortly, 2 weeks' time. We'll keep on walking. And this building in here is the senior citizens. There's a few different groups in there. Now, I was involved in building that building. That was fairly straight ahead, that one. The contractor, Eric Godford Builders, he had the contract for building both those buildings at the time. Then we'll keep on walking. This is, by the way, headed down to Up the Creek Garage as you come in from Injune, and the Carnarvons and Emerald. This to our left there is the junior school. No, not junior school. Kindergarten. I'll get it right yet. Because over the other side on the right is the old original junior school. When I was going to school around this neck of the woods, this is just a vacant block of dirt. And on the left there is the old Anglican church. Quite a graceful old building, really. Very English. And it's known for its stained glass windows. Some really nice windows when you're inside looking out. They don't give the same impression from the outside. But they've had to cover them with plastic, perspex, because I'd imagine the louts were coming around throwing rocks at them and whatever. Nothing sacred anymore in this world. The old parish hall ahead of us there. We'll go around the back here. Something rather interesting around the back here. This is the church that the wife and myself were married in way back last century. 1971, about this time of year. Now this is an interesting plaque here. You'll see way down the bottom, R.E. Burton. And I didn't think I was quite that old, because it was dedicated in 1913. I don't know whether that person's any relation to me. I haven't done the research into it, but that's exactly the same initials as I got. They were church wardens, so I don't know. Never researched that. Across the road, straight ahead of us, is the junior school. Where I went to school, I did a feature on it in another video I did. And we'll sneak across the street here. Some more storyboards there, one there about the history of education in Roma, and one of those memorial stones to the fallen soldiers from this district. Every bottle tree with one of those stones on is dedicated to a fallen soldier from the two great wars. Maybe the odd Vietnam veteran and Korean veteran, I don't know exactly. Take a little walk down here, opposite Mitre 10. You'll see something quite interesting, I reckon. Across the road is the saddlery, and of course you walk this way back to where we come from, around up the creek garage. Post office ahead of us, and Mitre 10 hardware store on the left. Anyway, here there's something very interesting, I reckon. It's a charging station for the famous electric cars. Now, I saw a program on TV about 2 weeks ago called Dirty Nickel. And it ceases to amaze me how this can be communicated to the public and whatever as being green energy and green whatever. Then there's also the mining of lithium, copper, the manufacturing of plastics. And they told me the interior of a lot of these cars is not genuine leather or genuine vinyl. And you wouldn't believe, but the power source for this is a coal-fired power station. At least 80% of it. There's a little bit of solar gone in to the system, and a little bit of wind energy, but not much. 90% of the power would be coal-fired from Geelong. So you really have to ask yourself as to how environmentally friendly they are. Anyway, we head off. Keep on going down the street here and go around the corner to the right there, and you head towards Up the Creek Garage, and you'll find us there. Well, there it is, Up the Creek Garage. Welcome to gasoline heaven. Some of those old girls in there are pushing 50-year-old. And I can assure you, any of these modern electric cars that they're making now, there won't be one of them around in 50 years' time, for the simple reason none of them will ever be classics. No way in the world. And you can also find us on YouTube now. We have our YouTube channel with our QR code.